So, what were the big search trends for October 2022? Welcome back to Techstination. And with us from Google is search trends expert Molly VandenBerg. Hi, Molly.
Hi, Fred. Thank you so much for having me.
A pleasure. So, when it comes to October search trends in entertainment, what are some of the things that dominated here?
With Halloween right around the corner, people are certainly searching for their favorite spooky movies. And so we've seen a lot of popularity with the original Halloween as well as Hocus Pocus. But following them right on the list are also the new sequels in those franchises that were released this year, both Halloween Ends and Hocus Pocus 2. So a lot of people reliving those nostalgic films and gearing up for the holiday.
Well, Halloween produced searches in other categories too. Give us an overview. Of course, people are going to be searching for costumes, right?
Exactly. Every year at Google, we take a look at what the most popular costumes are. And this year's list involves a lot of the classics. The most searched Halloween costume is a witch, followed by things like Spider-Man, dinosaurs, and Stranger Things, which I know we've talked a lot about when it comes to trending topics. So it's interesting to see that pop culture reflected in those costume trends this year.
I don't think, I think in the past, Squid Games, maybe last year or something, but that's kind of faded away for the time being anyway.
It seems to be as much. That's a great memory. Squid Game was certainly a popular costume last year, but as you mentioned, I think people move on to the next trending show, and we see that get picked up in what people choose to be for the year.
And Halloween shows up when people are searching for foods and things too, right?
People love food and creative recipes. And so some Halloween foods that we see be popular this year are dirt cups, which I always loved as a kid, as well as Halloween cinnamon rolls and mummy dogs, which are very cute and creative. So a lot of good ideas if you're looking to host a Halloween party.
Back in entertainment again, another, I guess, hot search was the surprise from Taylor Swift.
I have to tell you, I am a huge Taylor Swift fan, so I definitely contributed to this trend. She released her 10th studio album called Midnights, and people were really eager to check out all of the songs. When we look at the top searches, we see things like Anti-Hero, Maroon, and Snow on the Beach be really popular as tracks off of that album. But people also were searching a particular lyric, which was breathe in, breathe through. And the reason why is because she actually teased that as part of her NYU commencement speech several months prior. And so fans really latched onto that as an Easter egg that they thought was really cool.
Not only an amazing artist, but an amazing marketer, I think, too, right?
She is indeed a mastermind, as she says herself on one of the songs on the album. And I think you're so right to say that her promotion of her albums is so thoughtful. And I think we can already expect to see a viral trend around her Anti-Hero single.
Terrific. Let's turn to sports. A busy month with the World Series, leading up to the World Series, all the playoffs and everything. So what was attracting a lot of attention?
There's a lot going on in the world of sports. As you mentioned, the World Series, I think, is the most popular right now. We're about to kick off that on Friday with game one between the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. So a lot of people were staying up to date with the progress of their team. People also had a top trending question around what the longest baseball game ever was. I think that was inspired by the Mariners game that went into, what was it, 18 innings. But the longest professional baseball game was actually 33 innings, which I have to tell you, I have no desire to play any kind of sport that long.
And the NBA season got underway too this month.
Exactly. We are seeing basketball take up again. And so people are searching for their favorite teams all across the country. I think it's unsurprising to see people really look for their local team, but we do also see a lot of search interest in some of the big franchises like the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as the Golden State Warriors. So no matter who you're backing, lots to discover on Google search this month.
In science, what NASA did with its DART mission, testing asteroid deflection, got a lot of people's attention here.
This was such an interesting story, and I think people really wanted to learn more about it. So it didn't surprise me to see a breakout search around this area where people wanted to know whether it was successful, which it was. And people also wanted to know whether it was possible to deflect an asteroid. And it seems like Hopefully that would be the case. Of course, we're working with a very different sized object, but I think it's a really interesting proof point of what NASA is working on, and definitely caught a lot of attention in the science world this month.
Terrific. And you always have this odd news category. So what showed up there?
Between you and me, Fred, odd news is my favorite. And it taught me something new this month, which was around Fat Bear Week. I have to say that I had no idea what this was, but it is a competition that people vote on where bears in an Alaskan state park kind of unknowingly participate in this. And people vote for who they think has done the best job preparing for the winter. This year's winner was a bear lovingly named 747, and he weighed about 1,400 pounds. So a lot of people curious about that and looking to see who won.
Well, I don't want to meet him in person, but it sounds interesting. For more info, Molly, where can people go?
You can head to doodle.com/trends.
Molly VandenBerg, thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much for having me.